Professional squabbles among healthcare workers in Nigeria has been identified as one factor responsible for recurrent strikes and poor healthcare delivery in the country. At the 22nd Annual Convention of the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas, holding in Las Vegas, participants agree that unhealthy rivalry needs to be overcome. Our correspondent Yomi Otaigbe, who's covering the convention, now reports.
It's a mixed audience at the 2016 convention of the Association of Nigerian Physicians in the Americas, AMPA. Incorporating other healthcare professionals in this year's meeting, the convention focuses on the theme, delivering healthcare through a multidisciplinary approach.
Thank you so much for having me.
A Nigerian forensic pathologist at the University of California, who is behind the discovery of the chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, in some retired U.S. National Football League players, Dr. Bennett Omalu, alongside other speakers, touch on the importance of working as a team in the health sector.
When I come to work in the morning, I have trust that the housekeeper who was meant to clean the office has come and cleaned. That the death investigator who was to call the family and gather information has done that to her best ability. Because it's a network. We are members of everybody. If every Nigerian was to do his or her own job perfectly, Nigeria will become a better place.
Unfortunately, in this situation, it won't work very much from grassroots up. It has to really go from top to bottom as we begin to invite these ideas about clinical governance and accountability, about the need for improved results. If you are not held accountable for bad results, there's no impetus for delivering or developing good results.
Interprofessional wrangling is not common in the Americas, where most of the participants here at the AMPA conference practice. And this, they say, if replicated by Nigerian healthcare professionals, is one way of ensuring effective and efficient healthcare services in Nigeria.
We need to go from this vicious cycle where there's a lack of trust. The patient's at the center. And those of us in the industry, we all have to understand that patient centricity is the way to go. We need to think of how do we get back their trust.
As the conference progresses in the next 3 days, you get to hear more about those factors holding back the growth of healthcare system in Nigeria, and of course some ideas as to how to surmount them. From Las Vegas in Nevada, the United States of America, Yomi Otaigbe reporting for Channels Television News.
And from health, we take a look at business. Here's Emana Hamawe. Hello and welcome to Business News. It's a sea of red for markets globally today after Britain's surprising vote to leave the 28 member state bloc, the European Union. Brexit resonated across currencies, commodities and stock markets around the world. The yen and the euro were all down while the pound plunged by 8.29% to a 30-year low of 1.36 at 8 p.m. local time. Major European stock markets all slumped, with France's CAC 30 posting the biggest loss of 8.04%. In Asia, Japan's Nikkei 225 index nosedived as much as 8% at one point and posted its worst trading day since March the 15th, 2011. On Wall Street, the S&P 500 fell by 3.32% at midday, while Morgan Stanley Capital Index for African Frontiers market was off track 0.5%. The impact on the commodities market saw oil prices slump, but gold rallied to a two-year high, rising a fifth day by 4.63% to $1,321 an ounce. In the meantime, a downgrade of Britain's AAA credit rating by Standard & Poor's could come quickly after a vote in favor of leaving the European Union. And that's according to S&P Chief Sovereign Ratings Officer, Mr. Moritz Kremer. Mr. Kremer said in April that a leave vote would likely lead to a downgrade of Britain's rating, given the country's deep political, financial and trading ties in Europe. Analysts at EcoBank Research Group today released a report that says currency volatility in emerging and frontier markets is likely to rise, and some currencies are likely to weaken as investor risk aversion towards such markets increase, even as the UK exits the EU. According to the analysts, middle African currencies linked to the euro will be hit hardest, as well as those with strong trade links such as South Africa and Kenya. The analysts expect Africa's currency and capital markets to remain volatile. But given that Britain's exit strategy from the EU is unlikely to be completed anytime soon, calm is expected to return to the markets and currencies should recover some of their lost ground. And as the global community continues to assess the shock from Britain's exit from the EU, stock markets around the world ended the week deep in the red, as investors fear Brexit market shock may push world economy into recession. Here's a look at the figures. That's a package on Business News tonight. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Imana Amawe. The news at 10 continues.